I often see people who are very regular at what they do. Some people waking up at the same time, sleeping at the same time, eating the same food at a specific time every day of the week. Sounds a little boring, but I think it's a very good thing to be regular at something. Regular intervals, what I'm talking about. At anything. I mean, talking about health, I was just studying about metabolism and how it works. So basically, back in the day when humans did not have refrigerators and food from around the world, people would store food and they will have a lot of food, let's say in the summers, but in winters they won't be able to go out, or vice versa. And so what would the body do is that when the body would know that okay, the season of scarcity is coming up, the body would store some fat because they will be eating a lot. So basically, your abdomen, your tummy is the first storage of fat, and the body would naturally store it for the times when the food would be less and for the times when you will not have enough nutrition. So at that time, the fat would be burned. But a good thing happened. Humans had a advanced agricultural revolution, and now we have food around the year, most parts of the world. And now we have food around the year. We have different foods at different times from different places. But the body was made in a different way, so the body still stores food. And as I said, metabolism works on regularity. So if you want the body to act otherwise, if you want your body not to store food for scarcity, because there's no scarcity, we are evolved now, we are modern humans now. If you want your body not to do so, not to act in that way, but you really need to establish regularity, regular intervals. So you gotta program your digestion, your body, in a way that you supply a certain amount of food at a certain specific time. And it could be up and down by an hour or so, but then you need to have like a time for breakfast. You don't have to skip meals. Don't eat too much. So basically eat in small packets at like different intervals of the day, like babies do, right? And then after weeks and months of regularity, your body gets to know that, okay, food is coming now. There's no more scarcity, so it doesn't store a lot of fat. So that was about health and even about routine and generally to be like not successful, to be efficient in life. You gotta do these things, because if you don't take your body through intervals, like let's say going to bed at the same time, or most of the days of the week, and waking up at the same time, then you become a mess. You can't really sleep. That's why sleeplessness is there. And you can't really wake up in time, and even if you wake up in time, then you're not really up for it. You're lazy, your body is paralyzed. It's a little difficult. So regularity, regular intervals. I've seen mothers. What they do is they put their kids into regular intervals. So they wake them up at the same time. Even on the weekends, they will wake them up and they will say, okay, you wake up, you have your breakfast, and then you can go to sleep, right? And this is a brilliant thing to do, because they're programming their kids' bodies. And, you just look at the military personnel. I mean, even if somebody retires from the military, 20 years after retirement, they would wake up at the same time in the morning. They would be never lazy to take a shower. Would be never lazy to do something, because their body is programmed like that. So bringing regularity or putting your body into regular intervals of something is really important, rather than being a mess. I know it is really cool to just sleep on the couch wherever you feel like, or do whatever, whenever, and eat whatever, any type of food and how much at any time. I know it sounds cool, it is interesting, but ask your stomach, ask your body, ask your health. Why do you think there is a increased obsession with all these medicines for sleep? There's an increased obsession with all the laxatives and everything. The only reason is because there is no regularity in your body, and that's why your body is going out of the way. I mean, it's getting out of shape, it's confused, and for that confusion, you are finding artificial ways which are not really good. So rather than going artificial, I think it's better to just stay natural. It's not so difficult. You can just train your body. It's your own body. Come on. You don't have to convince somebody else for it. Do you think you have to go and like convince like a dozen people and say, hey, excuse me, can you let me program my body? Nobody is, nobody requires anyone's permission to do anything to yourself. I mean, you can do terrifically bad stuff to yourself. Why can't you do something good to yourself? So just allow yourself. It's not so difficult. Put yourself in regular intervals. It could be anything. Too much of something is not good, and too less of something is almost absence. And so regularity. Let's achieve that. Let's be regular at what we do, not the bad stuff. If you're doing something bad, no. I'm not saying smoke regularly, that is good. No. Things that are good. If you don't know what things are good, well, pogo please, but no, I'm just kidding. You can ask your elders. If you don't have elders, you can ask friends. And if you have no one in the world, if you're like Will Smith in The Last Man, that movie, well, just find an abandoned library with books and study about it. What are the good things for a human? And you will find out. Let's get regular, guys and girls. I'm not an anti-feminist, okay? I said the guys first because I saw two guys walking towards me. Yeah, there were no girls, so it's okay. So everyone, let's get regular, okay? And I'm having a nice walk in city walk. Yeah, that rhymes kind of. Nice walk in city walk. Gonna have a coffee because that makes me sleepy. And I gotta achieve some regularity as well. So good night.